Hello everyone, I am Surrender the Awesome and I'm back, and I'm ready to look at some more r/OhNoConsequences. But before I get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if I can't convince you, perhaps this picture of my kitten will convince you. And random fact about my cat society is that some cosmic events there are quite literally black holes passing by. And also before I get started, don't forget to check out my other channel, Surrender Reviews, where I do video game, movie, and show reviews, and I'll leave a link in the description down below. And without further ado, let's get into this! So his first post here says, OP and his family supports their son's bully and is wondering why their son rejects any contact or interaction with them. And this person here says, this all started a couple of years ago and it completely split our family apart. My son Z, 22 male, has pretty much been estranged from us since he was 18. Adam is the son of a good family friend of ours. He and my daughter P began dating when they were around 19 and they are both 24. The problem is Adam was a bully to my son throughout school. As you can imagine, he didn't take it very well. He was furious, however my daughter refused to budge on this. Hey person, I know you probably don't want me to tell you this, and I normally wouldn't say this, but at that point, I would probably just go all CIA on this relationship and just torpedo it, cause, yeah, think of it like this, if this Adam person is willing to do all that to your son, then do you want to imagine what he probably will be like to your daughter? Anyways, this person goes on to say, I tried to stay out of the situation, but my wife took my daughter's side, partially as we were good friends with Adam's parents, but also because she thought Z would eventually get over it. Yeah, person, I'd still probably just go all CIA on that relationship and just completely destroy it. Anyways, this person here goes on to say, unfortunately, that didn't happen. Instead, it made a stark difference in my son's personality. He had become much more aggressive, cold, and disrespectful. He no longer listened to what me or his mother had to say, often using intimidation to get what he wanted. He would also disappear for days at a time without so much as a word. This would more or less carry on until he left for university, after which he probably spent no more than 2 weeks in total back at home, opting to stay with friends or whatever girl he was seeing at the time. Hey person, before I go on, what are these supposed family friends doing about the fact that, their son is kind of being a jerk to their family friend's son? Because I can tell you this, if this was one of my friends, his kid's being a jerk to my kid, yeah, I wouldn't be so friendly to that friend for allowing that behavior to fly. Anyways, this person goes on to say, he has rejected any olive branch we extended. This has completely destroyed our family, and it especially hurts my wife as they were quite close before this happened. The last time we spoke was last year before lockdown. He called me a coward for sitting on the fence. I understand why he feels this way, but was I really wrong to stay neutral in this? I didn't feel like it was my place to control my daughter's dating life. Well, person, I get the feeling like, if your daughter's dating the person that is bullying your son, then, like I said, probably a good time to just go all CIA and destroy that relationship. Anyways, in an update, OP here says, I wanted to upload this earlier, but I just got around to remembering what the password was for this. I did not plan on making an update. It was quite clear that we were in the wrong, and we accept that. However, my son was informed of the original post by one of his cousins. He got in contact, and he found it hilarious. My wife managed to convince him to meet up and talk with us. He insisted on me making an update with the takeaways from that conversation. So, here it goes. Regarding the post, his exact words were, big hug to the people who showed love, and to all the people who called me petty, you can go F yourselves. He said this with the biggest smile on his face. He also found it hilarious how, despite me trying my best to make him look bad, most of the replies were still ripping into me. Yeah, cause if your daughter's boyfriend is willing to be mean to your son, it probably isn't too far or wild of me to assume that he's probably willing to do the same to your daughter. But hey, what do I know? Anyways, this person here goes on to say, I'm sure there are a lot of people who are interested in how he's doing. I am happy to say that he has outgrown his abrasiveness and has become a very confident and intelligent young man. He's very secretive about what he's doing right now, but one thing he is open and proud about is the charity he runs. He happily went into detail about how he works with disadvantaged children and helps them get opportunities, particularly in sports. In regards to his sister and Adam, he seemed completely indifferent to them. He said he wasn't particularly interested in talking about two losers who nobody really likes. It was a long conversation. We talked about a lot, but it seemed to end with my son letting us know that while there might be the slightest bit of contact between us, me and my wife, we'll always be on the outside looking in on his life. While this wasn't what me and my wife were hoping for, we are looking at this as a chance to eventually build our relationship back up. Yeah, person, I feel like that's gonna be kind of a bit of a tall order, considering. Anyways, this person here goes on to say, this was the main takeaway from everything that has happened, but I know there are probably a lot of questions that people want to ask. I'll try my best to get around to answering all of them. The original post was removed as I broke one of the rules. My apologies for that, but I'm sure there is a copy of it floating around. And for this person, I'm gonna probably give this person like probably maybe a 50 out of 50. Yeah, person, I don't think you get it, or you still don't get it. I think this is less of your son doing this because he wants to rebuild a relationship with you, and more of a, your son's just doing this and that way he can get it off his chest. That could probably be the case. And also, what kind of friends would just let their child bully their friend's child? Those sound like some pretty terrible friends, if I'm being perfectly honest. Because I can tell you one thing, if my friends just let their child bully mine, I wouldn't be too friendly with that person. I don't care how long I've known them. I wouldn't be very friendly with that person, and I would be calling them out on that. So, there's that. Also, I would absolutely be blowing up that relationship between my child and my child's bully, even if they are the child of one of my good friends, because that person's not gonna be my good friend for long. And I think with that, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.